Oh, do we have something very interesting here today, people? Well, what we actually have is the reply brief from Monica Rial and Ronald Toye. And this is what we got. So, obviously, all agreement requested, all these by here. And then we're going to go into the summary of reply. So, the trial court acted arbitrarily and abused its discretion in awarding Rial and Toye an amount of attorney's fees, $100,000, lower than the amount proven by competent evidence, $282,953.80. Evidence of attorney's fees that is clear, direct, and uncontroverted is taken as true as a matter of law, especially where the opposing party had the means and opportunity of disproving the evidence but failed to do so. In such instances, appellate courts will reverse a denial or minimization of attorney's fees and render judgment in the amount proved. And it goes on, so it carries on, which reversed a $150 attorney's fees award and rendered a $22,500. So that's from a previous case that they're trying to say, oh, well, you need to do this because you awarded wrong. But it's not. And the funny thing about all of this, actually, no, you know what? We're going to read through it first, and then at the end, I'll let you know my thoughts. In this case, Rial and Toye proved their entitlement to the full amount of fees by submitting both affidavits and expert testimony. A1 expert. They performed the appropriate Lodestar analysis, considered the Arthur Anderson factors, and then applied billing discretion reductions. Rial and Toye also provided their full, unredacted billing records for in-camera inspection, as well as a summary chart to show the calculations and reductions. There was ample evidence to allow the court and Vic Mignogna to disprove Rial and Toye's calculations or perform their own. They chose not to. Vic did not provide any controverting evidence as to reasonable hourly rates, reasonable and necessary expenditures of time, and did not provide the trial court with a competing lodestar analysis. Despite having 3 weeks to prepare and present such a challenge, neither the trial court nor Vic offered any analysis at all to support a lower award. Therefore, the trial court abused its discretion in failing to award the full amount requested and proven by Rial and Toye. Texas statutes and case law are clear. Challenge the reasonableness of the amount charged after a proper affidavit has been filed. The opponent must file and serve a controverting affidavit or offer contradictory expert testimony. Although Vic had many opportunities to challenge Rial and Toye's fees through proper evidence, he failed to do so. Even during Vic's cross-examination of Rial and Toye's fees expert, he never introduced any evidence or undermined the testimony that the hourly rate, time spent, and lodestar analysis were reasonable and necessary. Now, for the first time on appeal, Vic realises that an expert on fees is required, so his response tries to argue that this court should adopt appellee Jimmy Marchi's fees experts, Sam Johnson, as Vic's expert. Specifically, he argues that because Johnson testified that $48,137.50 was reasonable and necessary for Marchi, that amount was reasonable and necessary for both Rial and Toye. Response, P12. This argument is facially absurd. Vic never disclosed, proffered, or adopted Johnson as an expert below, and Johnson specifically testified that he never reviewed Monica or Ron's bills and could not offer an opinion on their fees. Johnson did, however, testify that Rial and Toye's fees were understandably higher because Rial and Toye's counsel had twice the number of clients, faced more factual allegations, and conducted significantly more discovery. In other words, Johnson's testimony actually supports Rial and Toye's position that they are entitled to a higher fee award. Based on the record, the trial court could have reached only one decision and failed to do so. Accordingly, Rial and Toye respectfully request that this court reverse and render an award of $282,953.80 in trial fees and $55,000 in appellate fees. So with all of that there, it's actually very interesting because, well, if you all remember on the podcast with Darkside Eve and Mr. Hop, when Ron was like, I don't care about the money. I don't care. If we stop this now, if he came to me and said this, or if he came to me and said that, we would stop it all. Well, Ron, why don't you offer your hand and say, Vic, look, mate, this is what's going on, blah, 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 you get help, even though supposedly, all these people knew what was going on and he can never get help because he's this type of person. But, Ron, you've lied completely on both the podcasts, where you have been asked numerous times as well by 3 different people, would you stop it or would you pay for your own court? And you were like, yes, I would. Yes, I would. And now you've gone out of your own way again to make yourself look like an idiot. That's the biggest thing with all of this, because when you go onto a podcast and you say you don't care about one aspect of the court case or this aspect or another aspect, and then when you actually release a court document about it, it's like, we want more money. What I said there was just to get your followers and your viewers to be on my side, which is exactly what it was, because if you watch all the podcasts that Ron has currently been on, a lot of them, he tries to be friendly. He tries to get the audience and the hosts to agree with him. And then he can be like on the farms or wherever, see, I told you and they believed me. Because that's the kind of guy he is. But that's it though, these are what we have, these are the court documents, and in the next couple of weeks we'll probably get a reply to them from Vic and Toye, so that'll be interesting and we'll keep you up to date on the channel. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see all you wonderful people soon.